Here we are back for episode 3, day 3 of my movie reviews. Today I'm going to be doing Charlie Chaplin's 1931 movie, City Lights. Now, in the last few weeks, I've watched all of the Chaplin movies I've seen in the last few weeks, and City Lights is the last one I saw. I watched The Kid, and then I watched Modern Times, and then The Gold Rush, and now City Lights. And I personally prefer Chaplin for his gags and the tramp character and all that, uh, the comedy that he's known for. But City Lights is quite different from that. It's more of a drama and a romance. So just keep that in mind if you're a Chaplin fan or want to get into Chaplin. That City Lights is pretty different from the rest of his films. So I'll start off with a summary. City Lights follows Chaplin as a tramp, but this time he's homeless. We assume that because we don't see his house, and he wakes up sleeping in a park, so he's pretty much homeless. And he meets a blind girl selling flowers and a suicidal, eccentric, drunken millionaire, which are two great characters and really give this movie its what it deserves. It's so all the accords that it's gotten. So each of those two storylines, the ones with his love interest with the blind girl and his pal, the millionaire, they sort of divide into the romance and drama, and then the comedy sections respectively. So the concept is that he is trying to get a job to help the blind girl get some money and stuff, so he can be, so he can live with her, and she ends up thinking that he's a millionaire because he comes up and gives her a bunch of money and stuff like that, but he got that from his millionaire friend. And the part with the millionaire is about to commit suicide. He's drunk. He's gonna throw himself into a lake with something tied onto him, and he's gonna drown himself. And Charlie saves him, and then they start a friendship. And after that, the guy wakes up sober, and he's like, "Who are you? What is this?" And that happens throughout the film. He wakes up sober, he turns drunk, and if he's drunk, he recognizes him. If he's not, he doesn't, and that creates most of the comedy. And a pretty big scene at the end. So now for a couple things that some notes that I made. I have my physical notes, which I honestly prefer. It was kind of hard to do my phone notes yesterday. So Charlie does have. This is one of his best performances. This is the last silent film he made, so it's later on in his career. So he's got a lot more nuanced movements and emotion and like facial expression and things like that. There's a lot more close-ups to show that, to focus in on that, which is good for this movie. He does do a very good drunken act. This is just me coming off of seeing The Room, where Tommy Wiseau is, oh god, he's so bad at acting drunk. It's terrifying. Honestly, I like The Room just because it's such a joke, but the drunken parts are so awful. But Charlie does do a very good drunken movements and actions and things like that, mostly because his wobbly, jerky movements already come off as sort of drunk. There are a couple of gags in this, like one where a guy accidentally eats a sandwich with, instead of meat, it's this bar of soap, and it was just a cheesy gag. He's talking and there's bubbles spewing out of his mouth, and I really like that. Another one where Charlie eats a whistle, or something that has a whistle in it, like a party blower or something, and whenever he breathes or he like coughs, it makes a whistling noise. And there's a couple jokes played off of that. It lasts way too long in my opinion. It was originally funny, but in the end, it's one of my least favorite gags I've seen from Charlie Chaplin. So away from the comedy and more to the romance, the relationship he has with the girl, who by the way doesn't have a name, which I don't know. I just got off of seeing Gold Rush, which has Georgia in it. So Georgia, they constantly repeat her name. So I was kind of expecting a name for the blind girl, but I mean that's just a nitpick, really. But his relationship with her gives the movie a lot more human interaction. There's a part where he's trying to get her money so that she can go to a doctor and cure her blindness. Which that's a minor spoiler. I'm sorry, but this is such an old movie. If you haven't seen it, unless from this, you probably won't see it anyway. Um, the real part that that sets this movie apart from all of its from all the other comedies and Chaplin films is the drama is backed up by layers and layers of second layer of meaning. There's things about disability, alcoholism, bipolar disorder, homelessness, unemployment. It's really quite a social commentary when you actually analyze it. When you're just watching it, it's not so much, but if you actually think about it, um, the so yeah, this is mostly a love story. So if you're not into romance and drama, this might not be for you. If you want it for gags, then do Modern Times is probably my favorite Chaplin. Gold Rush is good for gags, but The Kid is in between those. There is one final scene that is one of the most memorable Chaplin moments, and this is what's on the poster, which you'll see in my thumbnail for this video. It's Charlie Chaplin in a boxing ring. He's trying to win some money by making a deal with a boxer guy, saying, if you let me win, then we'll split the money, and then that goes wrong, and then he has to fight this other guy. And Charlie Chaplin as a boxer is quite amazing. Actually, he's already such jerky dancing movements. He's bouncing back and forth. It really puts his acrobatics, his movements to the test. And it works. It's really quite a memorable scene. I like that part a lot. That's kind of one of the final scenes, but it's not a spoiler because it's on the poster. So, final note that I wanted to make is that this is a film that is on the AFI Top 100 Films of All Time, and it's two below Gold Rush. It's 76 on the list. It's two below Gold Rush and slightly above, I think, Modern Times. Now, I really, personally, because I like the gags of Chaplin better, I think I would put it above Gold Rush. I certainly liked it more than Gold Rush. Or wait, no, other way around. I'm so sorry. I liked Gold Rush more because it was more focused on gags. But I don't know. The AFI is a lot of drama films or things with like powerful moments. So I guess that's just the way they looked at it. But that about does it for this review. I'm going to give Charlie Chaplin's City Lights a 9.4 out of 10. I really thought it was great, but it's not my favorite, which is why it doesn't give over a 9.5. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more daily reviews, and I will see you guys in the future. See ya.